Yo, what is good? My anime faithful, what is good, yo? So, is anybody else feeling like this anime is gonna be so lit? My God, not only does this anime have a beautiful first starting episode, it then follows up with a second episode that is just as hype and somehow adds it more detail to a character that we've already been introduced to in the first episode, and by bringing him into the second and kind of giving him a home amongst our characters already, I'm pretty happy to say that these characters are very, very dope in the sense of it's easy to enjoy them and it's very fun to see them interact with each other. Um, this week we really understand now just how these blind people get to see. I'm guessing it's mainly because of the way things are happening around them, or maybe just the instances of the time period that they're in. But for some reason, uh, it's very apparent that when you have these downcomings, like being blind and being, like losing senses and stuff like that, for some reason, it seemingly translated to them being able to learn to see in other ways. For instance, like the main character, for he could see like rocks, like the souls of the fishes in the water, and by knowing that the white souls, or like the flames, or he calls them, are either red or they're white, and one's evil, one's good, he pretty much chooses to fight all red souls um, off rip. Like he just doesn't really give any red soul the benefit of the doubt, which either could prove to be something in the future with his character, like letting something go that maybe he wasn't supposed to. I'm not really sure if that's necessarily where they're going with that, but it just feels like with knowing that the one thing he would not fight is a soul that is pretty much not evil, um, it's safe to say that the character kind of is just going off of either what he learned or from what he's experienced. And from what he's experienced is all of these red souls probably attacking him in any way, shape, or form to get food out of him, or just to attack him in general. I mean, we literally find out that this village this week is being haunted by a demon that is using the villagers to then bring them travelers so she could eat more. So it honestly didn't make sense why he was so defensive over her when finding out that she was about to be defeated and stuff. But it honestly makes a lot of sense, because imagine having somebody like a samurai show up and it was outdoing her, just doing things that was, catching her off guard and beating her up and stuff like that. Oh wow, that's funny. And then imagine this same person, you know, getting outsmarted and defeated by her, but everybody in the village is cheering and wanting this guy to beat the monster, and then the monster still wins. That is the situation I feel like happens a lot, is they get this false hope, and by having that person lose, or just having that hope in general and then having it ripped away from you the same time you had hope in it, I think is the worst way that these demons could probably break some of these people. I'm not saying that 110% happened confirmed, but for humans that are, uh, under attack and being manipulated to do things that seemingly you shouldn't be willing to do just outright, it kind of gives you the feeling that something more should have probably transpired to make this happen or make this a thing. And if that is the case, it's, pretty sad that whatever this woman did to break them in such a way. I mean, they had like 5, 6 villagers show up just to restrain uh, our main character that they knew supposedly came into town to protect, which also kind of gave it away for me was them being so welcoming when the kid's like, man, this is a pretty uppity village, and then the first thing the villagers do are like, oh, are you new here? And come over here. We need your help. Like you're being awfully nice to some random people who supposedly are bums, in this day and age. And if they are bums and people hate, like uppity people usually hate those types of people, why are you so willing to let them in? And it's like, oh, they have a monster problem. Oh, they are literally helping the monster be the problem. Got it. Like all of these different things coming to the light with this week's episode was really fun. And not to mention learning more and more about the main character, literally not being able to hear or to be able to see, like I pretty much called when he was a baby, really is playing a role into why seeing the souls is such a trigger for him. Like just by seeing the woman, and like it didn't matter if she was pretty, it didn't matter if her voice was nice. He's going off of what's inside, and I think that is what's going to start to be um, like convoluted. Like it's going to be the thing that he's going to stop losing. He's going to lose sight in because he's gaining all of the things that made him abnormally strong, like not being able to see or hear and be able to sense the souls compared to just looking into their eyes and looking into what they are and getting to the conclusion of, oh yeah, this person is evil, this person is a demon, which I think might play the role of the old man. I mean, here's this guy who seemingly his whole life has lived blind and stuff like that, and also is killing demons, doing the same thing our main character's doing, but you don't see him growing stuff back, you don't see him getting his ears and his sight repaired, so this is clearly something having to do with what this woman or this Bandai says this week, because she pretty much says that he's come back to get whatever he like lost, and that whatever was supposed to take him didn't fully take him and was a mistake. So there's a lot of little play on words that this demon, who seemingly was a nobody because of how easily she got bodied, um, she knew quite a bit about our homeboy. So that's very ominous in my opinion. So amazing, amazing stuff this week's episode. I honestly expect to see a lot more of this anime explaining like the characters and stuff like that, simply because there's not a lot of exposition to take away from some of these like characters, because there's no talking, there's not really even that much you know dialogue that the monsters can give us before they're actually destroyed and stuff like that. So regardless of what this show does, I can't wait to see all of it, and just to know that you guys are here supporting your boy, it's going to be that much more fun to react and see you guys' feelings on the show as well. So with that, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share the video. Thank you guys so much. I will talk to you in the next one, and take care. Peace.